The 1975 are an English indie rock band formed based in Manchester. The group consists of Matthew Healy, Adam Hann, George Daniel and Ross MacDonald. They have released 4 EPs, while their self-titled debut album was released on September 2, 2013 through Dirty Hit Polydor. The album debuted at number 1 in the UK Albums Chart on September 8, 2013. The band have toured internationally and also played the 2014 Coachella Festival. History, formation: Matthew Healy is the son of Denise Welch and Tim Healy and grew up in Newcastle and Manchester. He met Ross MacDonald, Adam Hann and George Daniel at Wilmlow High School near Manchester as teenagers and began to play music in 2004. The band formed when the local council worker organised a number of gigs for teenagers. Healy found Hann, who came up to me and said he wanted to play one of these shows. The band began by playing a number of covers until they eventually wrote a song. We started from then and we've been making music together since we were about 15. According to Healy. After Hann invited the members to form a band, they passed their early days covering punk songs in a local club. Healy was originally the drummer, but took over vocals after the previous singer left to start another band. George Daniel was recruited as the new drummer to complete the final lineup. EP releases: the release of the band's first EP, entitled Face Down, in August 2012 saw the band's first UK airplay on national radio with lead track The City, which featured as part of a BBC introducing show with Hugh Stevens on BBC Radio 1. The 1975 once again garnered national radio attention in late 2012, with BBC Radio 1 DJ Zane Lowe championing their single Sex from the Sex EP, which was released on November 19, 2012. They embarked on a tour of the UK and Ireland which extended into early 2013, before beginning a US tour in the spring. Upon the release of Music for Cars EP on March 4, 2013, the 1975 found mainstream chart success with single Chocolate, which reached number 19 in the UK singles chart. On May 20, 2013 the band released 4 EP, which included a new version of the song The City. The track charted in UK and received airplay in several other countries. The 1975 toured extensively to support the releases and to build hype before releasing the debut album. The band supported Muse on the second leg of the Second Law World Tour at the Emirates Stadium in London on May 26, 2013. They also toured with The Neighbourhood in the US in June 2013, and supported the Rolling Stones in Hyde Park on July 13, 2013. In August 2013, the band performed on the Festival Republic stage at 2013 Reading and Leeds festivals. In a feature article about the band, Elliot Mitchell of When the Gramophone Rings wrote that releasing a string EPs before the debut album was a move that he deemed necessary to provide context to the band a unregistered trademark's broad sound, rather than just building up with singles alone. Matthew Healy said, "We will unregistered trademark T have been able to release the album without putting out the EP unregistered trademark S first, as we wanted to make sure we could express ourselves properly before dropping this long, ambitious debut record on people." The 1975. The 1975, the band's self-titled debut album, was released on September 2, 2013. It was co-produced by Mike Crosby, who has previously worked with Arctic Monkeys and Foals. The lead single promoting the album is a reworked version of Sex, which was released on August 26, 2013. The song premiered on Zane Lowe's BBC Radio 1 show on July 8, 2013, and a music video was released onto YouTube on July 26, 2013. The 1975 debuted at number 1 on the UK Albums Chart. The 1975 toured in UK in September 2013, among others performing in Kingston upon Hull as headliners at Freedom Festival, a celebration of the city's shortlisting for 2017 UK City of Culture designation, and at iTunes Festival on September 8, 2013 as an opening act for indie electronic quartet Bastille. The band undertook a North American tour in October 2013, a European for November 2013. And in January 2014 the band performed in New Zealand and Australia. In September 2013, the band performed 3 sold-out shows at London's Shepherd's Bush Empire. In April 2014, the band performed for the first time in a major American music and arts festival, Coachella. The band played the Royal Albert Hall in April 2014. Musical style: critics at Pitchfork magazine have favorably compared them to the Big Pink. Sex EP was described by Paste as equal parts ethereal and synth-pop, with haunting and smooth vocals. Their mellow, stripped-down style was praised for its lack of attention-grabbing production theatrics. Though generally acknowledged as an alternative rock group, they have been influenced by diverse genres including electro-pop, electronic music, guitar pop, and R&B. Healy specifically cites Talking Heads, Prince, My Bloody Valentine, Michael Jackson, Peter Gabriel, Brian Eno, D'Angelo and Sigur Rós Cubed as musical influences. He states that his greatest influence is the oeuvre of filmmaker John Hughes. Their melancholic black-and-white visual aesthetic is juxtaposed with major keys and what the band calls classic pop sensibilities. Lyrically, the 1975 explore themes of discovery and novelty in the more specific context of sex, love, drugs, hope, death, and fear. Band name: having previously performed and released material under various guises including Talkhouse, The Slowdown, Big Sleep, and Drive Like I Do, the band eventually settled on the name The 1975. Healy recounts that the name was inspired by scribblings found in the back page of an old beat poetry book dated June 1, 1975. Band members: Matthew Healy Euro vocals, guitar, Adam Hann Euro guitar, George Daniel Euro drums, Ross MacDonald Euro bass guitar. Discography: studio albums, extended plays, singles, remixes, references. External links: official website, photos from 2013 tour.